Up, I'm live, and you just missed out on wheel noises. Yeah, that's right, I've got the wheel out. Because it's time for Monday night practice? Yeah, in case you haven't seen through one of a number of things, or you haven't heard me talk about it in the last week, although it was kind of up in the air for a little while there, but it's been confirmed that, yeah, nothing is changing. French Countryside will be happening this Friday. And, yeah, I need practice. Also, I'm relaunching LGS because, oh, it's kind of necessary. Are you... No, that's fine. Stream lag's out right now. It's because I had to open Task Manager in order to kill LGS's, well, instance, so that I could actually relaunch it. There we go. If I do that, if I don't do that, it usually doesn't pick up properly. I don't know why. I don't know if it's Logitech's stuff or if it's Content Manager or what, but it just doesn't want to work right unless I relaunch LGS, so yeah. Maybe G-Hub would work better, but then my well, I actually don't know for a fact that my mouse doesn't work because they were supposedly going to be adding more, but that mouse is 12 years old now? 11 and a half, roughly. It's going to be 12 soon. So, yeah, you know, why support an older product that still works, right? My headset probably isn't supported, though, so that one actually is justifiable. Although I've only had that for like half a year less than this mouse, but never mind that. So yeah, I'm hopping on to the server, and I did update my stuff. I'll move that, even though I'm probably the only one on the server. Probably will be the only one on the server, and I need that. Just gonna be focusing on practicing. Probably won't do the full 3 hours because it's a weekday. You know, people in this house, not me, have work tomorrow. So I don't want to be using the wheel too late into the night. So I'll probably stop a little early, but yeah, getting some practice is probably not a bad thing. It's not the hardest race that we do with these necessarily, but in some ways it's difficult, especially for us prototypes, because we have less downforce than I mean, everybody has less downforce, but we have more downforce to begin with, so the drop-off in downforce is quite noticeable. Definitely has an effect on things. But yeah, practice is good, which is why you see me here now. Or you just see a wall. There's the car. Oh, that's why. Like, why do I have 2v2 setups? One was from last year. Load that up. Fuel is full. And unless Max says something I should do real quick, I'm just gonna go out. 25% less downforce. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty significant. Yeah, fair, Shaw. Like I said, it's easier in some ways, but it's those twistier bits that can get you really easily. I'm not hearing any changes from what is default, because I did download the new setup. I'll load it again anyway. Don't push it on braking/entry too much. Got it. Shaw, he makes the cars. Of course he's going to go faster. I'm not going long this time. I remembered. Oh, right. Maybe that's why it slowed down so quickly. Here, let me just, Yeah, I'm barely pressing into the brakes, honestly. Yeah, that's about where I was pressing into before. Notice how it's below 50% instead of at like 80. Calibrating the pedal helps a lot. Come on. Also, hopefully the game audio isn't coming back through the mic too much, if at all. That was microphone noises. Air conditioner hopefully will help with that. But air conditioner is also causing me to have the volume up a little higher than I would otherwise. Plus, I'm not wearing my headset because I wasn't pushing that, so fair enough. Also, this is quite slow. Going up a size on front master cylinder is still very drivable and easier, and yet you only say that once I'm on the Mulsanne. Sat in the pits for how long? Outlaps in the race are going to be very interesting with fresh tires. Yeah, no, there's forced slowdowns. Better slowdowns than walls. Yes, indeed. Of course, remember, offset braking into this corner because there's a nasty bump on the left. You don't do that? Well. I like not locking up regularly. Yeah, that's the big thing. We don't have ABS. Stop. stiffer setup on the car as well, because lots of downforce, among other things. I mean, the front tires are most of the way up to temp and pressure. More importantly, pressure. Rears are a little off, but that's probably fine. Yeah, this isn't so much the part of the track that I need to practice for. I mean, don't get me wrong, the chickens definitely need to be practiced, but more the back half of the circuit on the way back to the front straight. That's where most of the technical stuff is. And just after the front straight. Also, I forgot to clear this. So that's just gonna be there, being a reminder of how much slower these cars are than they were last year. I should clear that out before Friday, if I remember where it is. Most issues in Tetra Rouge, Mulsanne, and Arnage. Yeah, that makes sense. Mulsanne I feel like I get right most of the time. A bit faster than Friday, at least. Fair. If I brake nice and early, that's not as bad. 29's in quali trim. You know, you can have fun with your quali trim. I just want to have a stable race set up, and that's all I really care about. Where am I going down to? Third, four? Not there. Porsche curves are fun though with downforce. Whoopsies. Neutral. Fucking hell, Max. Yeah, see, I get shifting down into neutral sooner to be useful, but being able to shift down to neutral above like 30 kph is just annoying. Yeah, that was shit. Just all shit. All shit. That's not one... That's what not to do. There we go. It's not that I don't, I just lose track sometimes. Hey, Nova. Just break in the middle of the road, why don't you? Compromise your entry into the second chicken. Perfect. Definitely the way to do it. getting more practice in, definitely not a bad idea. Fuck off with your dirt. Aside from all the setup making. Yeah, Max, you get more practice than any of us simply because of that. Even if half of it is useless. Oh, good. Yeah, once again, thank you for disabling damage on the practice server, Max. Very early on the brakes there because I don't know why. Not like this lap counts or anything anyway. Yeah, I never get that turn right. I'm guessing that's the slowdown zone getting me. Yep. 20 kph? Really? Immediately after an apex. That can just fuck off, honestly. Let me have a catastrophic accident through there. My fault for overshooting anyway. Yeah, that's too deep. Used to be a wall. I guess, yeah, slowdown is better than a wall. Yeah, don't touch that curb. It's bad news. It's the one problem with this track. Is it's not even that long, but it's long enough that it's just really obnoxious to practice a single turn. Or a single section of track. Like, if you want to just focus on the Porsche curves, good luck. With single player, you might be able to do it more easily, but on the server, not so much. I know I'm being a little cautious, but even at this point, with this setup, that is so much more stable through there. By the time you reach the first Mulsanne chicken, you've already done more than a length of Monaco lap. Yep. Yep. I mean, Monaco is stupidly short, but it still just gives you an idea. That was terrible. Didn't hit the wall, though. Just sacrificed the tires a little bit. Still nothing on Nord's combined. Yeah. You know, I was just thinking of that as well. Like, if you're gonna go Nord, you might as well go Targa Florio as well. Just one-up it, you know. Is there another one that's longer? Potentially. Do we really need to continue one-upping it? Not really. Will someone do it anyway? Perhaps. Won't be me, though. Sure. Track an AC that's like 100 plus kilometers? I don't doubt it. One day I might get that right, or at least a lot closer to right than that was. That curb is a risk on the inside, because like most curbs... Yeah, that ain't it. Like most curbs, you can sometimes hit it, and other times they'll just spit you out towards the wall. Because curbs are nice like that in Assetto. Still better than Montreal's curbs. Just in that mod, though. That was rather early. And because of that, it threw me off and the car wanted to spin a bit there. Yeah, the real skill with these is not avoiding locking up completely, just trying to avoid it as best you can, but then understanding how to unlock the tire while still stopping when it does inevitably lock, because it's going to lock up at some point. Can unlock? I mean, better than Dingle can, that's for sure. Bad. Not perfect, but I've done worse. One of those front wheels is not pointing in the right direction. Keep in mind, I do have my steering pinned to the side because force feedback sounds. Yeah, no, they're both fucked. Straighten that out and nothing changed. Oh god, stop making so much noise. Good enough. Oh, I can't get it underneath. What a shame. What? What? Yeah, really, that's a new level of chassis flex. Haha, cat. Right there, that first, like, impact of what is even happening to things, I think is what really got the front tires. It doesn't even have longitudinal flex implemented, just torsional. Um. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Might want to tell the game that. Son. Oh, Rezel hasn't updated. Yeah, this is perfectly normal. Perfectly normal behavior. Yeah, you can totally see it flexing there. Like, what the hell? Alright, so... it's a good thing that nobody else has been on the server, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure my car's just been chilling on track this entire time. It's now moved itself over here, but... I can't kill it. And now my wheel went from being pinned to the right manually to being automatically pinned to the left. Weird. CSP supposedly should be able to fix the broken joints now. Should. Oh, that's neat, Jason. Yeah, might as well, Max. You would want. Alright, let's try this again. Or in other words, let's go harass Rezel for a moment. Minimal change in brake distance, but it's way better. Don't push it completely on the outlap. The tires are cold, the brakes are cold. Although they're just about up to operational temperature enough. I'm getting slipstream already. Yay! Yeah, apparently Rezel's in the Stang, because, you know, everybody just wants to be in a Ford, because why not, right? I don't. Besides, if I move to the Ford, then I actually need a new livery. If I stick with the BMW, then I'm set. Really need to add the vet. What's going when the vet goes? AMG, right? Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. I wouldn't have been fine with it last year, but then somehow, I guess because of the traction control fix, kind of, but then other reasons, the BMW just drives better now. It's still not great, but the ease with which you can extract pace out of it makes it worth using, I'd say. Traction control, tires, and suspension. Yeah, that's not that much. Yeah, I don't know what it is with the Merc, but just driving it that one time at Coda, it just... Ow. Straight into the tire barrier. Ow. Don't want to see that, IRL. Yeah, just for whatever reason, the Merc felt like complete garbage that one night at Coda, versus the BMW was reasonable. I need to work on that a lot. Oh, fuck off. Well, again, Max, just remember, I wasn't really using a setup. It was just whatever default was for the most part. But then also, it was a bit oversteery at times, but the main issue was like 2 times out of 2 going through 15? Is it 15? Somewhere around there. You know what corner I mean. The SN just wasn't having it. BMW obviously went around as well, but it was a lot more reliable. So, I don't know. Also, if I can have force feedback that doesn't freak out, I know it probably has something to do with the LUT that I'm using. But I like how it feels. Kelly's here and he's telling me to go faster. Faster into a wall? Because, I mean, I can do that, I think. Yes, how'd you know? Really tempting fate with the wall hits, though, after what just happened before. You missed a hell of a time, Kelly. That was something else. Surprised nobody clipped it. Come on. Slow down more. Can you give a demonstration? I don't think I can, honestly. I don't think I can. Figuring out breaking points on these MCs, good training for if you change back. Still have a replay, though. Yeah. Well, I would have liked to have said somebody just post the clip, but again, nobody clipped it. Since that's an analytic that I can actually see on the fly. And I have no intention of repeating that. You couldn't wait like 30 seconds, could you? No, because that wouldn't be fun, because then I'd be on the Mulsanne. Yeah, even Max doesn't know how. And then this is just what the car wanted to do from then on. It didn't want to lie flat because of the tires. This was hell on the force feedback, mind you. Oh. Did you see that, Max? Going into the menu? Oh, no. Oh, I wonder if it's simulating the replay. Yeah, I think it might be trying at least to simulate what was going on in the replay. Weird, whatever it was. But yeah, the dive planes just appeared out of nowhere. And I think that's when I came back, yeah, in the manual input. Alright, now that my tires don't have any pressure in them. Yeah, no, I don't want to experience that ever again, honestly. I was looking away. Yeah, what Max said. Also, hey, Kiosk. Max installed the jiggle physics to the wrong thing. Jesus. How'd you know? I mean, what? Oh boy, you guys. Yeah, I mean, there is some amount of body flex in it, Kiosk. But like Max said, it was torsional flex that he implemented, not longitudinal. So, yeah, CSP is flawless. Flawless piece of software. It's called secondary action. You're not wrong. I got a bit of heat into the tires. Not as much as I'd want, but a bit. Oh well, Porsche curves are coming up. That is not how you entered Porsche curves. Too much speed. Yeah, this is going to be a long race on Friday. Whoopsies. A little too much speed in there. You weren't kidding about having to back up the braking zones a tad, Max. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Alright, let's fuck up Indianapolis next. Because, you know, I usually do. What are you talking about, Dingle? A lot more like the old brakes. Yeah, I can tell they're definitely not wanting to lock up quite as readily at times. Wide. There's a yellow. Full send. Strictly field braking distance is not so much. Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, didn't get that right again. Too much. Kinda knew chucking it in there and fourth was a bad idea, but I wanted to try it anyway. There's a reason I pretty much always downshift to third, and it's specifically to ensure that I don't go too fast. That was a lot of curve. Fair enough, Max. Zero onboards. It's a shame. Let alone ones with dash visible and readable. Yeah, that's not a surprise though. Alright, Max, I don't feel like actually paying attention while trying it. Obviously, the sides of the road here are dirt, or dirty, and I screwed that up. But do they also slow you down? I mean, if they're dirty, probably. Some people didn't see the notification in Discord. No? Just a dirty surface then? Okay. It's not like it's a fast amount of dirt accumulation, but it is there. Okay, I need to be over here at this point. Nope, wide. Bonk. Alright, good to know. There's no harm then in going off-road, though you should still avoid it pretty much always. There's no harm outside of the small amount of dirt accumulation, that is. It's also not necessarily as smooth, which is something to consider. Update your stupid sink. Christ. You get checksummed once. What do you think the issue is? Just remember, ignoring yellow flags can get you in big trouble IRL and even get you a race ban in some cases. Turns out. Don't ignore yellow flags. I'm only doing it because it's a video game and it doesn't matter. 24.5 with the same top speed we're doing now. Oh boy. Yeah, I hope nobody does 27s. It already feels bad enough to know that you're doing 29s. So, I'm not in quali trim. Yeah, booting it on the curb is a great idea. Getting to 30s or even consistent 31s, you'll be fine. Yeah, we'll see. Yep, we both did it. Slipstream is powerful when you forget to compensate for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of a help it was there, just because I don't have any frame of reference, really. You know? With how little we run these. Yeah, I kinda was screwed as soon as it got loose, but I also kinda had to start braking to slow down. Because there are walls around the place there. That works, I guess. Nice. Like 339. Yeah, I don't know how fast I was going. I wasn't paying attention to it. So I'm guessing at some point Friday night I set it to Delta P just to see what the difference was to the old time, and I didn't switch it back until just now. So that's nice. That was a bit fast, but it was fine. Too much curb. Yeah, see, I don't tend to have issues into Mulsanne Corner. It's just the slipstream assist got me last time. And obviously I ran a little too far outside that time. Yeah, much easier to take that outside line there with this master cylinder setup. Did not slow down enough initially. Really? ABS for the 4. Sure. Very slow through there. Honestly, that was going to be a 32 solidly, and then apparently I got track limits. Didn't give me third. Apex a little later in the T1. Yeah, maybe. Really relying on traction control there, but it does it. So, might as well. You aligned with your braking direction earlier. Yeah. Oh, I need to box at the end of the lap. And there's the light to tell me. Damn it, I don't wanna... I wanna cross the finish line. I know I shouldn't, but if I don't fuck up Porsche curves, I'm gonna cheese it. Because, I wanna set this lap time. Yeah. You know, something shifted in my fucking activity feed and it threw me off completely through there. The best part is the shift was because it was just changing how the time was displayed. Remember, don't do this. This is against the rules. Oops. Oh, come on. Yeah, hopefully, Max. Also, I do have that penalty flag up in the top left. I did kind of speed in the pits a tad. Yeah, that's on me to do. Yeah, this is much nicer than it would be with fresh tires. Wait, worn tires are better than fresh tires? Yeah, because they're more up to temperature. Just to answer that question that nobody asked. Also, is the entire fucking circuit yellow? What the hell is going on here? Yeah, I know, Max. They'll even flash green indefinitely in some cases. They update their sync? Looks like it. Yeah, that's still quite aggressive into there. I think that was a manual disconnect. Anyway. God, it just doesn't want to lock up into there. What the hell? Max, what have you done with these master cylinders? It's kind of wonderful. Even if braking distances increase slightly, just, like, can just match the brake and not have to worry about it too much. We gotta roll off of it, obviously. I mean, knowing me, Max, I probably will race like that. If I remember. Something consistency. Yeah, that's another thing, the second stint. Doesn't completely stop the lockups though, especially at lower speed. Like I said. Good old plank on curb. Somebody's probably sitting on the damn track when they shouldn't be. Unless it has to do with my speeding. And that's what happens when you get it wrong. I mean, if it's showing eternal yellows, like full course yellows for, hey, you have a drive-through to serve, that's pretty fucking stupid. TSP will still kill you for speeding eventually. Does pitting fix it, or is it just I'm dead regardless? Because I'd like to not lose these tires. Well, there is a car sat there. Also, I never said I could do Mulsanne perfectly. Just that I was relatively good at it. Where am I going? Hey, Evil. I was late. But still in track limits. I do practice for the longer races, yes. Oh, that is so far back. To practice is to admit you might be bad. On the flip side, to practice is to admit that you want to ensure that you're as good as you can be. Cleared it. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going anymore. And there was going onto the curb too much. Yeah, I said it cleared. And now it's just gonna be permanently green, right? I mean, at least it's not flashing green. Rather it be solidly lit than flashing. It is kind of funny though, just random thought. You know, I'm streaming this, and while it's not perfect, my driving, it's not the worst reference in the world. And yet it's of little to no use for pretty much everyone, because hardly anybody else is stupid enough to drive the prototypes. You're willing to switch? But you've already switched in the GTs, and... so was Max. Uh-huh. Wait. The tires are kind of worn. You probably remember that. Yeah, Evo, believe it or not, I am streaming this right now. And I'm even recording it, too! At higher quality than I'm streaming it, because Twitch is bad like that. I mean, look, seriously, it's 2025 and you're only now considering 1440p and it's not even at a good bit rate? Come on, Twitch. Do better. Also, 1440p requires that you encode it, and all the other encodes of your stream. Can't push it off onto Twitch at that point. Nope, you gotta do it. I think it was 8.5k max, not 7. That was definitely a way to take that. Kept it out of the wall. It wasn't invalidated until there? Really? So yes, the lights came on. So that's working. See, my main problem though, because like, and doing the encoding on your end with modern GPUs is fine. Because like, what? If you've got an NVIDIA GPU, I think the last 2 generations, 40 and 50 series, both have 2 encoders, at least on the higher end cards. But 1 minimum, and both of those cards can do AV1 encoding. Like, those cards, those generations, as long as you don't go too low down the stack at least, they can do it just fine. The problem is, I've still got a decent card, but it's old enough now that, like, I get 3 resolutions. 3. And if I do 1440p, that means one of them is 1440p. And then what, maybe 720p, is it going to be 60 or 30? I don't know. And then maybe 480 or 360 if Twitch wants to, you know, their automated system with OBS wants to spread it out a bit. But that's all you get, 3 choices, versus right now, what do you get on Twitch? 160, 360, 480, 720, 720, 60, and then 1080p 60. Only 1080p 60 of which is being done on my computer because, well, yeah. Shut up, Max. That's my, 720p 30 is very rare. Yeah, but I think it still is an option, is it not? I know it at least used to be. Point is that, like, if you got an older GPU like mine, even if it's top of the line for its time, you're still going to be sacrificing qualities for the people that might need them. Which I'm not very fond of. Plus, I don't have direct control over the quality at that point. If I remember correctly, the enhanced broadcasting stuff, it's basically just like, yeah, tell us what you want to max out at or something, and we'll figure it all out from there. Plus, again, the 8,000 bitrate or whatever it is that Twitch is actually providing to 1440p makes it look like ass, no doubt. You know, 1080p already looks like ass at 6500. You want to do proper 1440p, you need to do at least 15K. For reference, my 1440p recordings are like 25K. Don't even dare record? Well, yeah, max, but again, you know, I've got the GPU for it. 2080 Ti, it's got the encoder on it, so it can handle it more than easily. That was a little early. And I still do that. Yeah, you gotta up the bitrate for the recordings. It's just garbage for the streams. Which can come back when you can do the rainbow tunnel and not have it turn into color vomit. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Evil, but especially if it's at night, those rainbow tunnels are terrible regardless. Hell, the tubes are terrible on streams. Like, it's always amazing to me to go and watch my own stream on Twitch. I rarely do it because I can just look at my recording, but, you know, check it on Twitch for something and, oh god, the tubes are just horrific. That is a GT3 in the gravel. the bitrate just dies when you go in the tubes, and then as soon as you're out of it, it sorts itself out. I guess that's one benefit of running 6.5K bitrate. No, I'm at 6. I'm not at 6.5, I'm at 6. What am I doing? Stopping for the corner, but in a really weird way. I'm on autopilot, but the problem is I don't have the memory programmed properly, so it's shit. Oh well, session's gonna end after next lap. During next lap. It would honestly be nice to stream to Twitch at 1440p in some ways, although at the same time it wouldn't be. Because I was thinking, like, I can take a bit of load off the encoder just to be replaced with the lower resolution encodes, but then also it's going to be a separate 1440p encode anyway because it's going to be at really low bitrate. Like, you cannot go that low unless it's AV1, and hell, does Twitch even do HEVC? I don't think they do. Oh, I bet evil. Alrighty then. Too much on the curb, and it bit. Yeah, I clearly have not figured out T1 with this particular setup, Max. Oh, right, they do HEVC. I forgot. Yeah, doo-doo. I did notice it was a wall, thank you. Just turn in a little later. I'm pretty sure when I turn in a little later, I end up not making it to there, but sure. I certainly won't make it to the wall if I'm careful, or I will. Because, yeah. That's the other thing, though, because I've only got a 20 series card, I don't even do AV1 encoding. Like, I can brute force it with my CPU, but I can only AV1 decode, not encode. Otherwise. And you do not want to brute force AV1 on the CPU. Yeah, evil. It happens regardless. Wide. Yeah, that's true, Max. Not ideal, but it is doable. Of course, random thought here, I'm not going to have any practice in the nighttime at this rate. Because I'm probably not going to hop on again before Friday. It'll be fine. I don't need to practice nighttime running. Yeah, that would be nice at some point, Max. Especially like right now, since the server's rebooting anyway. Oh, restarting. Hey, I technically get another lap. Because Max forgot. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I turned in too early, I know, thank you. Garbage. Well, Max, you got like 2.5 minutes before I'm going to finish this lap. Unless I fuck it up at some point, which is always a possibility. Little early. Nice, Evil. Is that the remake? You're referring to the one that they released a couple years ago? Whenever that was? Yeah, okay. So the remake of the one that I played on stream a couple years ago. It was on Game Pass? Oh, fair enough. Messed that exit up. Well, really the middle of the turn onward. Why am I over here? Could have just stayed over to the left. Oh well. Tried. It was still only at 33. For fuck's sake. That... That tire was not where it should have been. Pro tip for the race, don't crash. Oh. Excuse you. Yeah, no, it really doesn't. And then that's when the wheel flips up. Alright, well. Just wait for this to reload. Didn't take that long. We'll check assists are right, wait for it to actually load the server info so I can join. No, it's really not evil. Just as I go to press the keybind to bypass it, it finally loads. Yeah, definitely gonna need to add a screenshot of my car doing weird things to this rotation. The tire temps will be on the server. Oh, probably terrible. So the next couple weeks, Evil? Let's see, load the setup. Up the brake, because it's far more pleasant that way. And don't forget that. I think the brakes are good. The tires are not, but they were never going to be. Supposed to be an LED on the wheel for lights, so I was right. It just isn't working. Works now. Fortunately, the brakes do work already. Also, my time is still not retained because I haven't fixed that. I could fix that at any time, I just need to remember to do it. Fix the reflector strips on the barriers. I wouldn't have even known, probably. It just wanted to remind you of the past, Evil. That was too early. And yeah, every now and then, Error 2000 just pops up. Like, I've had it on other streams on occasion. Not often, but it does just happen sometimes. Russell's just trying all the cars. There. I mean, it's a valid strategy if you don't know what you want to drive and you're not really committed to anything already. Give them all a try and figure out what works best for you. I could do that, but I'm stubborn, so I'm still in the, still in the prototype. Putting a lot of faith in that curb to not just throw me towards the barrier. I do recall using it at some point in the past like that, but it can still be deadly. Do EJLMS next year might just be GT3s? What, you mean you don't just want the two of us circulating on our own? You want to actually race other people? What sort of nonsense is that? This race we already have 5 LMP2s, and we'll see how many show up though. Yeah, Evil, I'll actually have to put in work to get a podium. It won't just be handed to me. Except maybe at this race, but we'll see. I was looking at chat. Alright, just... It ended well this time. Probably because it was head-on. Hey, the AC turned off. Yeah, right about there is fine. Alright, fair enough, Max. You would. Right before Indianapolis, you're a... I mean, yeah, you're an asshole. And that's not surprising in the slightest. We all know that. What sort of line was that? I still hit the wall. Still stayed in track limits there. That's one thing I've generally been good about. Even if I fuck up the turn massively, I'm still within track limits. Yeah, I keep overshooting that first apex. The official term for it is a bad line. You're not wrong. Nope. Shut up, Max. That's why I've been shifting down to second. Of course you would, Max. I'm getting tired of sitting here. It's almost like I've been here for most of a stint, well, a race already. I've been lapping the entire time, sure. Yeah, it would really be nice if the damn LED panels would shut off when they're not actually needed. They don't need to be on right now. I know the circuit is green just by the fact that they're not displaying anything. It doesn't need to display it constantly. Flashing green after clearing a yellow, sure. But then, yeah, only for a little bit, and then it goes back to either solid green shortly, or just straight to nothing. That's how they should function. The whole entire weird CSP system? Of course it is. I'm going over into that grass a lot, considering I don't think I ever really have done it in the past. Must not be carrying enough speed through them. Which is probably a good thing. Yeah, no, I did it again. Honestly, I was not expecting it to get there that quickly, is part of why. I don't know why, but I wasn't. Shit. Herb was kind enough. That one, on the other hand, was not. Max, I'm trying to do it by feel, but my feel is off. Obviously. Doesn't help that, especially in the nighttime, the references are kind of lacking. Well, the chickens are the one part of the track I can definitely do reliably well enough. I'd be in the gear when I wanted it. I haven't gotten the feel for that in nighttime yet. Full weather reports from the actual race. Yeah, but why would we want that? Besides, it's not like we can have rain, regardless of whether or not it happens. Damn. It was invalid. When did it invalidate? I honestly don't remember when it invalidated. When was that invalidated? The rate there, maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, at some point, maybe. Heck, even my frame rate's gonna be suffering a little. Not as much, hopefully. At least a little. AC kicked back on. Yeah, fair max. Well, this lap's invalid. I was a little too late there. Oh, fuck off. There's also some amount of muscle memory from the past of just trying to shift down a bunch and getting downshift protection. They just keep mashing it. Which, well, again, you know, doesn't help that you can just do it whenever now. Yeah, I'm noticing on this server at least, my frame rate's dipping down into the 20s regularly, possibly lower. Sorry, did I say 20s? I meant 120s. Clearly not dropping all the way down to the 20s. Oh, I don't know, maybe there's the occasional 1% or something, 0.1% that's going that low, I would hope not. But not regularly. So, I should definitely drop my settings a little bit, if for no other reason, to just have it be a bit more stable at nighttime with a bunch of cars on a large track. Yeah. Staying above 60 is definitely important. Well, that was slow. I wonder if I don't already have a config for reduced settings. Specifically for races like this. As long as it doesn't have FSR enabled. Because that's just getting turned right back off. Fuck that. I don't think it would, because that's its own config. Give me DLSS 3 or 4 and then we'll talk. But that's not gonna happen. Speaking of DLSS, I know that's a weird transition here, but that is Crackery tomorrow. I need to verify that my save still works. But you can expect to see that back next week if it does. Just obviously not doing it today because I would still be on 1.0. Yeah, FSR 3 would be better. It still has FSR 2 implemented. I wouldn't be against FSR 2 so much if it just wasn't so immediately, thank you Curb, so immediately obvious that it's on. Like, you can just tell so quickly, even with it on a higher preset. Well, it should have been a mid-32, which is still not great, but... way too much, yep. And it just bounced. FSR 3 Plus and DLSS require DX12. I was gonna say, like, I'm not entirely sure that's true because of Vulkan, but... Shut up, Dingle. Too much curb. Lap shit anyway. Yeah, if that is true, DLSS requires DX12 or Vulkan. That would be a problem. Plus, DLSS in general is just NVIDIA shit, so you gotta deal with that nonsense. I would prefer it over FSR for no other reason than I have a card that can do it natively. You know? Like, it has zero issue with even doing DLSS 4. I know that for a fact thanks to Satisfactory. Since people figured out almost immediately how to access the transformer model in that by just swapping some DLLs around and running some commands. I honestly didn't see a difference, but that's probably a good sign in some ways. Yeah. Having it for this would be nice, but FSR2 just ain't it. I appreciated it in the past, but for me personally at least, at this stage, I'd rather just reduce settings a bit. FSR just looks like shit. I'm very good at missing that apex. Fair enough, Max. Oh my, it's okay. That was dumb, what I just did there. That is also dumb. But fine, whatever. No, Dingle, not in this it's not. Damn it. Yet again in a situation where I could potentially set a half-decent lap time depending on how the rest of the lap goes, but technically I need to pit for fuel. Yeah, too much of a slide there. But I'm still ultimately gaining time? Yeah, I know the fuel's bad. How do I gain time out of that? Okay. That's your regular exit. There. Okay. Fine. Won't be able to do that in the race. Just continue on as if it was nothing, that is. I can absolutely replicate that spin in race. I do not want to, but I could. Don't worry, a GT3 will come in and clobber you to Narnia. Yeah, probably. Also, I did it out of habit before, but I'm not going to bother with the damage this time because... What damage? Look at that, no lockups. Yeah, that would be nice if it was laps remaining, Max, but... not on the practice server, no. Max finally disabled it a little while back. You still have fuel and tire usage, mind you. But, yeah, if you nail it into a wall, as long as the physics don't freak the fuck out on you, like I've had happen twice tonight, you can just continue. Yeah, you're nice sometimes. Didn't even do a burnout on the exit. I'm doing it properly. Though it's not as much of an issue nowadays with at least the prototypes. Because of the hybrid systems, but... You know... They allow them now? Huh. Interesting. There's no tire warmers. Ah, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that was not nice going over that. I'm sure the force feedback came across loud and clear. I'm wondering now if just with the way the strategy works out, if it would be better to take tires after the first stint rather than waiting to the end of the second. Simply so that you... Where am I? Simply so that you don't have to worry about bringing the tires up to temperature in the middle of the night. Yeah, you allow tire warmers, but it's not like it helps that much. Like, yes, it helps, obviously. But it still takes an entire outlap to get the temperature back. It's true, don't fight force feedback wheels. If you're about to hit a wall, just let go. Do not hold on, especially with the stronger wheels. Just let go of the wheel and let it do its thing. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped braking for a moment there. Yeah, go try without them. Like I said, they help. I'm not denying that fact. They absolutely do help. The tires still just take a while to heat up is all. They could take a lot longer, I'm not denying that fact. But it's not like they're just magically up to temperature and pressure out of the blankets. Maybe I could try it if you remind me at the end of the stint, Max. But not right now, obviously. Yep. ACO would have my head if they had any control over this, but this is the French countryside. So they don't have control here. Okay. You know, I wasn't going for a spin, but I was going to turn around, so that works. I'm alone on this server, so while I shouldn't do that, does it really matter? Not good. Just because it's green doesn't mean it's good. Just means it's better than before. That's not necessarily saying much. Yeah, and the curb is not great. No, I don't think I was, Max. That is not the track. Nice. Wanted to try the C9 and ultimately decided the LMP2 is nicer. Nice. Can't imagine why. Wow, I went wide? Okay. So I didn't quite slow down enough. Too late again. Yeah, you don't say, Max. I gotta say, generally speaking, that those final two chicanes are nicer than I remember them being in past years. Yep. 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 That was Oh shit, and then I end up here, out here somehow. Okay. Anyway, we're on the Mulsanne now. Let's just forget the first bit of the laps even happened. Wonder if I can make back that time. Probably not, but most of it should be available across the rest of the lap. I thought that was 200. I know, just go through the middle of the things. I thought that was 200 and it was 100. Definitely need to pay more attention into there, because at least with the first one, you know that the low one is 100. The second one, both 200 and 100 are low. And then for the limps, the braking markers going into Mulsanne corner are just useless. I am good at this, thank you. Good at not being good, that is. Once again, going to the far side of the track for no real reason. Yeah, kind of messed that up a bit. So I did in fact gain the time back. Not that it counted. Yeah, really, it is going to become Mustang GT3 challenge at this point. I wish the curbs were fucking reliable. Reliably horrible, yeah. How many times did I actually... Yeah, it was already loose there. How many times have I hit that curb with minimal issue, and then that time it's just, nope! Out over track limits you go. We got just over 5 laps. I think it would be a mighty big ask at this point to try and get an extra lap out of this tank, considering it's hitting however many laps exactly to go on the Mulsanne. That's quite a ways to try and back that up. Okay then. Of course, I guess I could always just do this. Not really designed for this, but it kind of works. Works better if I'm not just flat out anyway. I ended up over here again. I'm very good at just wandering over to the right side of the track there. Like over here it's fine because you kind of want to set up for this anyway. There's just no reason right out of Arnage. AC turned off again. Oh, my butt is sore. And on local time on Mulsanne, I guess. Squirrely. Can't get back to throttle that quickly. Wrong button. That one. Yeah, it's a bit dark without the headlights on. Does it mean that I can't do this, though? A little early, if anything. Hey, look at that. I can do it just fine, even without the lights. Because the boards are reflective. At least it's not Nords, right? It's also very light out at the moment. I don't know how much you guys can see, but I can see a fair amount. I'll turn them back on after Mulsanne. I want to see how poorly that goes. Very poorly, because it's hard to see exactly where I need to put the car. If it's slow down. this helping to save fuel? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe a little. Alright, Evil. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. That was almost bad. Yeah, good enough for now. Too much. I see a moon. Or is it a space station? I think it's a moon. Can't really see it now, though. That away. Oh, no, wait, it's right there. Never mind. Can just about see it. Well, at least it's looking like the fuel stints will be ending partway down the Mulsanne, so if nothing else, you should have the flashlight. The steering wheel flashing at you. Flashing the fuel light at you. There you go, that's how I got flashlight. So that you know, before you get to the pits, that, hey, you're low on fuel. So you shouldn't really, at least in the prototypes, you shouldn't have that issue of potentially running out of fuel. Emphasis on shouldn't. If you do like a splash and dash, that's a different story. But if you go from a full tank, it should be fine. Unless, of course, you fuel save and can get it out past an extra lap, and... yeah, no, Max, you wouldn't have any experience with that. that's why you added it. You don't say. The tires are worn, you can't push it quite the same way. And then you go and do that again. I'm good at this. And the rest of the lap sucks. Hey, it's only the rest of the start of the lap until we get to the Mulsanne. The chickens might not be perfect, he says as he screws it up, but usually they're fine. This lap is just a bad lap. Ah, shit. That was rather early. See, I didn't think that was too late, but sure felt like it. Oops. Sorry. Trying to crack some knuckles on a short straight where I actually have the time and ability to do so, and just do one without even thinking about it while my hand is right next to the microphone. My bad. You're using more tires than you did on tire wear. Good. I mean, I do generally like to push it through there. Well, this is probably why in college I pursued a degree in mechanical engineering instead of trying to be a race car driver. A bit better suited for the one than the other. Still could have gotten back to throttle perhaps a little earlier there. Nope, and that time I just completely missed the turn. Didn't die at least. Lost a fuck ton of time. I mean, Max, I'm not going to be too far off of that now. Yes, I'm still obviously using more tire, given that it's lower wear. it's not like I'm going above that amount either. But it could be worse. Also, I am no Tiger Whisperer. You should know that by now. I also don't have thousands of miles in this car on this track. Not that you do either, but you got more than I do. Yeah, I myself am calling it here, though first... Max, do I have to do solo session, or can I just disable it through assists? A 5.5 million kilometers? Right. Got a solo? Okay. If you want to give me the rough drive from server browser. Oh, that doesn't even work. Does this work? Oh, it does work. Okay. Well, not that livery, that's for fucking sure. I mean, this should be good enough, right? Maybe a little bit lower on the temperature. Otherwise... higher. Okay. Enough. 98% grip. Oh, aren't we generous? That's the daytime weather? Oh. Well, why would I want daytime? I want to go full abuse of it, right? See how bad it is. Oh, it always feels good to crack your back. Whoops. $13.13. Close enough. Should be fine otherwise. Although, let's start from the pits. Yes, this takes a minute. Not literally. It could. It could actually take like 6 minutes. I did set the time, but it didn't work. Surprise, surprise. Not config. I'm just trying to get temperature in the brakes, Max. Thank you for the raid, Nova. I'm doing dumb things at the moment. You're doing dumb things during your practice? Fair enough. I don't think you were doing quite this dumb of things, though. Although it feels wrong that the brakes look like ice and the tires don't when it's the other way around. That's one way to interpret that statement. Pull a 416, not bad. Yeah, you're on your way there, Nova. Yeah, I mean, Max, at this point, it's not that bad because it's basically up towards blanket temp. That initial bit out of the pits is terrible. Yeah, at this point, it's... eh. Nope, not making T1. Yeah, people are saying that the Stang is a solid pick. Try no traction control. That would be terrible. I think I stayed on the track just about. I feel like it's still doing something. Don't know what, but it's trying. I don't know, maybe that's just the arrow kicking in, but it was kicking in at very low speeds, if so. After all, there's this massive fin on the back. Yeah, it's harder than you'd think, isn't it, Nova? Alright. It's quarter of. I'm gonna end it here. This is honestly later than I was intending on going. That's fine. I gotta wrap it up soon, though, no matter what, because again, I'm not the only one in this house, and the force feedback is very noisy, and I don't need to be disturbing others who are trying to sleep. Yeah. That's gonna be fun on Friday. Yeah, see you, Nova. Yeah, that's basically all the practice I get outside of Friday night. Oh well. I could practice more, don't get me wrong. I'm just not going to. Hockey game has turned into a brawl. Not that surprising, I'd say. It is hockey, after all. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I should practice more, but I don't feel like it. I'll just wing it on Friday and suck. It's fine. To be fair, it's not like I ever really backed off tonight. I was usually trying to push, so in race I won't be quite as likely to be pushing as hard, typically. Because, after all, you can probably, if the fuel is going to the point where you're hitting that, however many laps, however many 0.00 laps, I guess I should say, for the fuel calc, then in theory, over a stint, you can probably back that up over the start-finish straight. It'll be tough, but it should be possibly doable. I don't know. I didn't experiment with it, so we'll see. But it might be possible to eke out the stints one extra lap. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not, if it's anything like last year. That's always the thing. Is it going to be worth it? We'll see. But yeah, it should be doable to get that extra lap reliably. Probably staying out of first gear. Yeah. Yeah. Or at least being in it less. Let's see, next. Yeah, this should actually be this one. God damn it. That's when the actual race is. I never know what command to use just because the bot is so unpredictable at times with that command, because the logic behind it is shit, and I should just rewrite it from the ground up. But I won't, because I just can't be bothered. Mulsanne and Arnage. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, as the bot said, next stream is on Wednesday. Gonna be doing more of the Pokemon Emerald Rando Catch-em-all. I don't remember exactly what the count was, but we're into the 300s. Like 60 Pokemon, little under 60 maybe? Not a lot left. The problem is, the closer you get to being done, the longer it takes. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Probably another weekend at minimum. I need to finish it up soon, though, because I have 31 Pokemon games to play, plus a damn Professor Oak challenge that was started February of last year, all of which I want to complete before the release of Legends ZA, which I don't even know how I'm going to be able to afford at this point. But I've only got until October for that instead of November, because Game Freak is breaking tradition that, well, I mean, to be fair, they kind of broke tradition with Oris, but outside of the first Legends game, they stuck to that for over a decade. Or about a decade. So, yeah. They're breaking tradition by going back to how they used to do it, kind of. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, that's October instead of November. And you probably won't see me playing it on a Switch too if you get to see me playing it anytime this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for it. A little. Just because I know better. But it looks like it has potential to be good. But how much of it has been built around the Switch 2? Yeah, fair, Nova. Is that it? I think that's basically it. I mentioned next stream, I mentioned Friday. GTA's on Saturday, of course. More improvements have already been made to the script. Not that you'll notice them. Well, you might notice the one. Or two. But that's about it. But yeah, the main event's on Friday. 2.5 hours of suffering in the French countryside. Yeah, no, thanks again, Nova. See you around. Speaking of around, if anybody doesn't want to stick around, that's fine, because I'm going to run some ads. So unless you've got Turbo or are a sub of the channel, you'll probably see ads. In theory, you might even see them if you're a sub. It shouldn't happen, but you know how Twitch can be. So yeah, if you don't want to watch ads, then leave. That's kind of, what you do to avoid ads is just don't watch them, don't keep the channel open, right? Anyway, do as you wish with that. Anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.